We are going to take this Morgan silver dollar and turn it into a beautiful size 16 ring for a customer. Let's get started. To get started, I have to get a hole in the center of the coin. I'm going to use a 5/8 inch hole on this particular ring. I can use different sizes and that changes the width of the band. I'm using Jason Works Auto Center Punch. Highly recommend it. He makes the best tools. All my tools are actually from Jason Works. The cool thing is we get to keep the center punch out. I've been stacking these up. I'm going to make some really cool stuff with them in the future. I could really use your guys' feedback on how I can make these videos better. Let me know down in the comments. When I punch a hole in the coin, it leaves kind of a sharp edge, so what I have to do is I have to deburr that edge, and then I'll also sand it down. Every little bit of silver counts, so I hang on to even the smallest shavings. I use 320 grit sandpaper to sand down the edges. This will help prevent any cracking throughout the ring making process. Annealing the coin is another important part of the process. I use a MAP gas torch, and I heat it up till it gets about red hot, and then I dip it in some water. This keeps the coin malleable and easier to work with throughout the process. The next step is folding the coin. I use a 1-ton arbor press throughout this process, and that gives me the leverage in order to actually bend the coin. This is always super fun to watch because it's crazy to think that we can bend the coin with just our hand and a little tool. Once we get the fold started, I go to the bigger cone and I wrap it in this Teflon tape, which helps preserve the detail on the inside of the coin. But before I can bend it again, I'm going to heat it up to make sure that it's staying soft. Also guys, I hate silence, so I'm going to fill the gaps in the commentary with my voice. Now that it is again malleable, we will start folding it even more. This fold will go all the way onto the cone, and we'll be able to start stretching it out after this step. While I finish this folding process, I just want to take a moment to encourage anyone who's thinking about starting a hobby or a small business. You can do it. I started making coin rings 7 years ago for fun, and it has turned into a business that I've been able to make money and help pay rent with. While it is not currently my full-time job, I do aspire to be a full-time bench jeweler down the road. I just have to develop more skills and acquire some more tools. Alright, now I have to take it over to the stretcher. I'm going to use a shopping bag in order to preserve the details on the inside of the ring. I wrap it around my stretcher, and this is so the metal doesn't make contact with metal, rather it's making contact with a much softer plastic. I'm going to be stretching this guy for a while. I got to get it all the way up to past a size 16, because part of the process will be me rounding off the edges, which sizes it down. I'm going to be honest, I just really like using the torch, guys, but yes, it does help throughout the process to make sure I'm not going to break the coin and it stays soft. I've stretched it as far as I can on the stretcher and it's just barely over a size 16, so I'm going to use this add-on to really stretch out the ring. I'm going to try and get it a little bit over a size 18, that way I can round off the edges and bring it back down to a size 16. If you think I have too many of these shots of me just heating up the coin, let me know. I like them, but maybe you guys don't. Awesome, we're up to that size 18, so we're going to start rounding off the edges now. I'm going to use the Swedish wrap set actually to just size it down a little bit, and then I'll use some different dies to actually round off the edges. Also, hopefully I can get a mic and nicer camera set up here in the near future, but for now I think this is pretty good. Let me know what you guys think as well. That way I can make it a priority if need be. While I heat up this coin, if you guys don't mind hitting the like and sub button, that would be awesome. This step will finish up the shaping of the ring. I'm just rounding off the edges and bringing it back down to that size 16. After this, we just had to put the finishing touches on it by cleaning it up and putting a patina on it. The shape of the ring is looking really nice. Now let's just check the size. It's about a size 15, a little bit smaller, but we're going to take the rim of the coin off. This is going to make it a much smoother fit and also make it that size 16 that we need for the customer. There you go. Got it to the size 16. Now we're going to clean it up with some steel wool, and then I'll put a patina on it. I use liver of sulfur gel to get that patina on it. This will really darken the ring, and then I can clean it up and highlight the details of the ring because of it. Now that we've darkened it, I'm going to use some steel wool to clean off the high points. This will add for a really nice contrast and it will make the ring pop. Then I'm going to use a jewelry wipe just to shine up the details, make it look really nice and crispy. This ring, guys, is really big. I put it on my pinky and my index finger, and it kind of fit over both of them. But yeah, here's the final results. Let me know what ring I should make next. Also, any criticism, constructive of course, is great, and I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys have a great rest of your day. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Don't forget, Jesus is the reason for the season.